Good afternoon. Am I audible? Am I audible? Are you able to see the screen? Yes, well and good. So once again, good afternoon. This is the video lecture on Python Django full stack web development. So we are currently discussing with the backend part. So under the backend, we started with Python classes yesterday. So we have gone through some of the brief examples of concept of Python. So in today's class, we are going into in detail about each and every concept of Python. So in yesterday class, we have seen input and output statements, conditional statements, and control flow statements, etc. So from today, we are going to see the basic data structures. Okay. So for example, list, dictionary, strings. So all this will come under Python basic data structures. There are two things. So there are two things. One is the basic data structure. The other one is derived data structure. First, in this, we are going to study basic data structures. So which are the Python basics data structure? So first concept is list, second tuple, third set, and fourth dictionary. Okay, so these basic data structures of Python are list, tuple, set, and dictionary. So let's go on to each and every concept of each of the four data structures. So before going into the first part, let's see what's the list is. So list is a collection of items which is ordered and changeable. So list is similar to array. Okay, so have the concept of array. So array is a collection of elements of same data type. Okay, so but the condition is it is a collection which is ordered and it is changeable. So I will tell you what is ordered and what is changeable when you get into the concepts. Okay, so it allows duplicate members. So that is the list. Now you come for the tuple. Just you compare this to, this is also ordered, this is changeable, but this one is unchangeable. But both allow duplicate members. So duplicate members means suppose the value 1 is there inside an array, you can have another value 1. That we call it as duplicate members. Okay, so what is the difference? Both are ordered, but list is changeable. So, but list is changeable, but tuple is unchangeable. So that is the concept. We have the difference between list and tuple. So now you come for this two, set and dictionary. Okay, so set is unordered, unindexed. Set means this is ordered, these two are ordered, whereas this one is unordered and this one is unindexed. So, but it doesn't contain no duplicate members. Okay. Similarly, dictionary, unordered, changeable, and indexed. So this is unordered, unindexed, but in dictionary, unordered, changeable, and indexed. So no duplicate members will be there. Okay. So have you got the clear idea of list, tuple, and dictionary? You leave this set. This is not of much importance, but you have to understand list, understand tuple, understand dictionary. Okay. Understood? Yes. Have you understood what is list, tuple, and dictionary?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Keep responding. So now you get into the first concept of list. So what is a list? Ordered and changeable items. It is a collection of items which is ordered and changeable. So now you come for the list. It's a data structure that holds ordered collection of items. So that is store a sequence of items in the list. So list of items are enclosed in square brackets. So square brackets, it is something we have seen for the array. Array will also make use of square brackets only. Same thing the list is going to use. So once you have created a list, you can add, remove, search in the list. Since we can add and remove the items, we say the list is mutable. Mutable means can be changed. Understand the word here. Mutable means can be changed. So that one we call it as since you add and remove the items, we say list is a changeable data type that can be, that is, this can be altered. So now you come, this is the first programming example we are going to take, which is to be executed in Google Colab. Okay, so and keep understanding. So this is the first example what you are going to take for creating the list. So in this example, first we have seen what is a list. Now you are going to create a list and you can change the list and accessing the list. 3 elements are there. So creation, changing and accessing. So simplest way to create a list is enclose the elements in square brackets. So this is the simple way of creating a list. So what is the list variable name? We have taken it as stud list is equal to inside the square brackets, you write each and every elements. If the elements are integer, no need to give double quotes. If it is a string, you have to give double, enclose it with double quote. Okay, so that is creating the list. So to create a list, this is the first statement is enough. That will create a list. Okay, so once you see whether the list is created or not, you make use of print stud list. So print of list variable that will print the entire contents. So you can check whether the list is created or not. Okay, so as list is similar to array. So for array, you will be having index. So this is at index 0, index 1, this is at index 2, this is at index 3, and this one is at index 4. Okay, so what are the how many indexes you are having? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, Python supports negative index. So negative, if you give 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we call it as positive index. So similarly, you can go with a negative. Negative means move from right to left. So this one is given -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay. So suppose you see here stud list of -1. You have given it as -1. Which is the -1 element here? You have to answer.
Ema.
Stud list -1. What can be the value to be printed here?
Ema.
Okay. So suppose this is only you are giving the last element. Okay. Suppose if you want the first element, what you can give? I want this element.
Stud list of 0.
Stud list of 0. Okay. So now you come for this concept. So suppose if you give stud list of 4, 0. So if you give stud list of 4, what you will get? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is called positive index. So positive index at location 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, you will get minus imma. Similarly, if you go with a negative index -1, you will be getting the same value imma. Okay. So now you suppose you take 3 colon. So 3 means 3 colon. You have given the value as starting with 3. So if you give stud list of 3, what you will get? Stud list of 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So stud list of 3, you will get Shama. If you give 3 colon, so it will print everything starting from 3 and 4. That is the concept. Okay. So what is the stud list of 3 colon? If you give 3, it will only print this value, third value. So if you go with a 3 colon, it will print all the values starting from third index. So that is a concept of 3 colon. So similarly, you come for colon 4. Print all the values up to index 4. So what is this? If you give the after the colon, it will print all the values up to 4. So if you give 3 colon, it will print all the values after 3. That is the concept. Okay. So this is accessing the list elements. So this one is, once you give all this, you can access and see. Now you come for the next one, changing the list. So here already the list is there. So now stud list of 0. What is the stud list of value? 0. You are having this value. Now I am giving stud list of 0 is equal to something. So what is the name you have taken? You have taken it as Nissi at location 0. So at location 0, you are having this value that is been replaced with Nissi. So when you print of stud list, in place of Nithilan, you will be getting it as Nissi. Now you come for the last one, looping through. Suppose retrieve all the values using loop. So I have taken the loop for X in stud list. So this is X1, X2, X3, X4, X5. So for X in stud list, print of X. So that means it will print each and every X value. So how many X values you are having here? 5 X values are there. Each one is been printed. Okay. Come for the next one. Check if item exists and finding the length of the list. Suppose to find the length of the list, what is the list variable you have taken? You have taken it as stud list. If you want the length, so give it as length of stud list. So that will give you length of the stud list. So first one is finished. Now you come for check if item exists. Okay. So if you want the item to exist, first the list should be there. So take this particular list. So next you check whether this name is there or not. So for that, I will be taking the input method, enter a name to search. So what is the name? I take it as Anjani. So this is the name to be searched. So what is the key value I have taken? Key value is Anjani. Okay. So if Anjani in stud list, what is the key value? In stud list, first it is going to check with first value of the stud list. If Anjani in stud list, first it is going to check with Nithilan, next Harini and Anjani. If it is found, yes, the key is there in the list. Else, key is not found in the list. So this, if check if item exists. So what is the condition you have to take? If key in stud list. So if along with in should be there, if there is a, if you are writing a condition for if I check if item is there or not. Okay. So now you come for the next concept, add items. So already a list is there. So for this, you are going to add the elements one by one. Okay. So first method is append. So what the append is going to do, it append the new item to the end of the list. So already a list is taken. It is containing 5 elements here. So for this list, you are adding a new element. So if you want the element at the last, what is the method you are going to take? Dot append of value. So dot append of value will append this value to the list. That means when you print, so after the imma, you will be getting this value. So that is printing. So suppose if you want to add an item at middle, adding at last, you use append. Adding at the middle, use the method called insert. So you have to make use of insert method. So insert at position, you have to take 2 parameters. First, you have to go with the index value. Next, you have to take the value, what name you are going to give. Okay, so index position, comma, value are the two parameters for the index method. So that's why I have taken dot insert of 1, comma, some name. That means at index 1, you are going to insert the value called this one. So that means when you print the stud list, after the 0th value, you will be getting first value, and this one, the first value will go to second location. Okay, so that is adding an item. At the last, we use the append method. At the middle, you use the insert method. Is which are the methods for adding the items?
Append and insert.
So which method is used to add at the end?
Append.
Okay, so that is up to two methods of adding an items to already existing list. Okay, so now you come for the remove. So what are all the methods you have to remove the elements from the list? Okay, so we have remove method, pop, delete, clear. These are the four methods what we have for the Python. So list dot remove of value. Okay, so remove will take one of the value. So and that particular value is being removed. Okay, so what the remove will do, it will remove a value from that particular list. So what the remove, it will take one parameter, that is a list item. So now you come for the next one, pop. So pop will remove the last item from the list. So suppose if you, this is the elements we have taken. So after the inserting, you have taken Anita is the last value what you have given. Okay, so suppose if you give remove of Imma, so it will remove this particular thing. Okay, suppose after the remove, if you use pop, so which is the last element here. So Imma has been already removed. Now you have appended Anita. Anita is the last name what you are having. So pop will remove the last element. It doesn't take any parameter. It removes the last element of the list. Okay. So similarly, you have the del method. So del, you can give the index value. Pop, no parameter. Remove the value of the list, and del, it will remove the, we give the parameter as index position. So del stud list of 2. So it will delete the element at position 2, 0, 1, 2. At position 2, the element will be deleted. So suppose if you want to, if you give delete, so everything will be deleted. Okay. So if, so suppose if you give stud list dot clear, so all the elements will be deleted, but the list variable will be there. Okay, so stud list dot clear will clear all the elements of the list, but what you have taken the list variable, which is the list variable, stud list is the variable that will be there. So now you come for the removing the elements, the same thing. So remove removes the first occurrence of the value from the list. If the value is not found, it raises an exception. So pop, what it will do? By default, it removes the last two elements of the list and returns the value that it removed. Okay. So now you come for the next thing, copy a list. So already one list is there. You are copying that list to another list. You can do the copy of list using two methods. One by using copy method, second by using list constructor. Keep the two things. One is copy method, the second one is list constructor. So take the first method, copy method. So take one list, already the values are given, call stud list, that is list variable dot copy, and assign it to another variable. Okay, so because you are copying one list to another list, so how many list variables you need? two list variables you need. So first one is stud list, and second one you have taken it as stud list 1. Okay. So that's why you have taken stud list existing list dot copy. So whatever the thing stud list is there, everything is copied into stud list 1 and you are printing stud list 1. So other thing what you can do is you can create using list constructor. Okay, so how to make use of list constructor? So take the existing stud list, rather than using dot copy method, you give list of stud list. So that means, so this list is used for list 1. Understand carefully here. So stud list already it is been so many items are given. It is already a list variable. Okay. So stud list 1 is equal to list of stud list. So stud list 1 is equal to list of stud list you have taken. So this is copying the contents using list constructor. Okay. So now you come for the joining two list. So this is very simple. So joining two list, you need to have two lists here, list 1 and list 2. So first you use plus, second you use dot append, and third you use extend. So these are the two methods, three methods what we have for joining the list. So first is take the two list and take the output variable is equal to list 1 plus list 2. That will join two list. So next, by using append, if you give append of x, so stud list 1 dot append of x. So where is the x? X is been assigned in the stud list. So can you tell what will be the output of stud list 1? Yes, what can be the output of stud list 1? What is the meaning of append? Meaning of append.
It will insert the word at the last.
So can you tell what is the output of the stud list 1? Whether it will start with Darshana or it will start with Nithilan?
Darshana.
Darshana. Okay, good. So because for x in stud list, how many x values you have in stud list? X1, X2, X3, X4, X5. So is stud list 1 dot append. So what is the contents of stud list 1? Darshana and end with Sini. After this value, append of x. So after this third value, you will be having all these values. Okay, that is the concept of append. So similarly, you come for the extend. So take two things, remain same, stud list 1 dot extend of stud list. Okay, so what you will get? You will get all the three values followed with 5 values. Okay, so that is the concept. So now you come for the list constructor. So you can create a list by using array brackets by default. If not, you can also use the list constructor. So inside the list brackets, you can give the set of values. Okay, so rather than going with this method, stud list 1 is equal to, this is the default method, is equal to, you provide everything inside square brackets. But you can also make use of list constructor. So how to make use of list? So bracket open, close. Inside that you give each and every parameter, but it starts with parenthesis. So no array brackets you are using if you are using a list constructor. So here we are using what? Array brackets, but here there is no need of array brackets here. So everything should be given in parentheses only. So that is the concept of list constructor. So come for the next method, list sort and reverse. So this is the list we have created using the list constructor and I have sort. So sort method will print all the values in ascending order. Similarly, if you give reverse, all the elements will be reversed. So last element will comes first and first element will go last. So next you come for the next topic, list comprehension. So what happens in list comprehension? It provides a way to create a list. Okay, so here and all, we have created the list by giving the values. Yes or no? So list is created by giving the values in each and everywhere. So you can go with any concept. So we have created the list manually by giving the values. Okay, but in list comprehension, you can, it will provide a way to randomly insert the elements for the list. Okay, so I will tell you, it is used for creating the set of items. It consists of the brackets containing an expression followed by the for clause, then zero or more if or for clauses. Okay, so how to create, I will tell you here. So see, what is the list variable? Roll number is the list variable, but I have not inserted any value here. Keep here, I have given it is a list variable, only that much. Is there any values are given here for the list? Yes. Is any value given for the list?
No, sir.
But you can add values directly by using comprehension. So for example, suppose I want all the elements from 0 to 55. So if you want a sequence of numbers, rather than typing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 55, you can generate all the elements by using range function. So yesterday we have gone with a range function. Range of 55, it will print all the values from 0 to 55. Okay, so for x in range of 55, so that means x means first it will contain 0, next 1, next 2, finally up to 55. So write RNO, that is list variable dot append of x, dot append of x. So that means all the x values starting from 0 to 55 will be appended to list variable. Okay, so if you go through this one, you will, now you can print the list variable and see. So using loop RNO you can take. So it will print all the values stored in the list using 0 to 55. Okay. So that is the concept of list. Okay. So understood up to here? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is up to list concept. So kindly go through the exercise part. So work on this, all the list examples in Google Colab. So any doubts in execution part in Google Colab? Any doubts? Have you executed the yesterday programs?
Yes, sir. No doubt, sir.
Okay. So in today's class, these are the examples. Okay. So now I will go with a Google Colab and give you the demo. So Google Colab. So first I will tell you. So if you get this window, go with a new notebook. So you have taken new notebook. So let it open. So first it will be like this. Go with a word connect, click on that connect. It will tell allocating connected, and finally the RAM size will be displayed. So once it here you see, once it is connected here, so go with the title part. So under this, you give the basics. So what is the today's concept? It is list. So give it in list.ipynb and start executing all these concepts. And finally, you give just the save. So once you finish, I will tell you to save in GitHub, or you can save in GitHub directly. Okay. So I will show you list examples. So which I have already done. So 1 minute. Is the Python basics. Okay, so yesterday class we have gone with up to here. Okay, so in today's class, you start with a indexing with a list. So execution up to here. So kindly for each and every concept, you have this type of statements. So so if you when you go with a revision of concepts, so you can easily understand what this program is going to do. So add illustrate indexing, illustrate append method, illustrate insert method, illustrate remove, like this. So if you had, it will be very easy. And some other day you are going with a revision of this Python basics. Okay, so like this, you work on each and everything. Finally, you can see the list comprehension. I've given the append method. It is creating the list of values ranging from 0 to 54. Okay, so work on this list examples on Google Colab. So remaining thing we can see in the next class. So next class you will see list is finished. Now you come for the next topic, tuple. Okay, so this is up to today's class. So remaining thing we shall see in the next one. This YouTube lecture will be uploaded in the YouTube channel. So kindly go through the video of that YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe, and get the benefit of the Python language. So meet you in the next class. Thank you.